Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss about the preamble to the Indian Constitution. Now let us see what the preamble is. The preamble is the introductory statement in the Constitution which states the reasons and guiding values of the Constitution. Preamble of the Constitution reads like a poem on democracy. It contains the philosophy on which the entire Constitution has been built. It provides a standard to examine and evaluate any law and action of the government. It is the soul of the Indian Constitution. It can be very well said about preamble. That is the importance of preamble. Let us read the preamble to a constitution very carefully and understand the meaning of each of its key words. We, the people of India. The constitution has been drawn up and enacted by the people through their representatives and not handed down to them by a king or any outside powers. That is what. That means that we have elected our representatives and they have made the constitution for us. Next comes in sovereign. As you can see, this particular image from the newspaper, that is Indian Express. Then in 1947, India proclaimed sovereign democratic republic. Sovereign means, people have supreme rights to make decisions on internal as well as external matters. No external power can dictate the government of India. Okay? Next comes in socialist and secular. Now, as you can see here, socialist and secular, there are two preambles. One is the original one, which was written when initially the constitution was made and written, and it was on 26th of November 1949 when it was adopted. Now here we see that these two words, socialist and secular, were not added. It was only added during the emergency. Okay, socialist and secular. Is it clear? So my question to you is, which you have to explore and find out, that in which year were these two words or values added to a preamble? Okay, and then we move on to the next value, that is socialist. Socialist, as we can see, wealth is generated socially and should be shared equally by society. Government should regulate the ownership of land and industry to reduce social economic inequalities. Yes, there should be equality, means everybody should socially and economically, everybody should be at the same level. Objectives of socialism, as we know, we have already done in a history chapter, that is socialism in Europe. We understand that socialism means to eliminate any kind of disease and ignorance. That is what equality, it calls for equal status for everybody. The limit, there should be a limit to property and privilege. It should not be concentrated in the hands of only few people. Okay? Enrichment, that can be ethical or spiritual. When we talk of ethics, naturally the moral values, the ethics, spirituality. Spirituality doesn't mean religion, but again, it is the values, the morality of human beings, and all these lead to one main, you can say, factor, and that all citizens are equal. Now, next we move on to see what is secular. We already have done in a previous class, you have done in class 8, and before that also, that India is a secular country. India is a land with many religions. So our constitution makers, they made it very clear that India will not have any official religion. Like, for example, in United Kingdom, Christianity is the official religion. In Pakistan, Islam is the official religion, but India doesn't have one. Citizens have complete freedom to follow any religion, but there is no official religion. Government treats all religious beliefs and practices with equal respect. Next, we see that it is democratic. Okay, democracy we have done at length and breadth in the first chapter. We know what democracy is, and naturally, this is where we should be very proud that India is a democratic country, which means a form of government where people enjoy equal political rights, elect their rulers, and hold them accountable. Political rights means that every adult has got the right to vote, that there is equality. This is called political equality. And accountable means when we have elected our rulers to represent ourselves, they have got the responsibility to take care of the citizens of India who have chosen them to rule the country. And then that means they are accountable, they hold the responsibility. Okay, and then the government is run according to some basic rules. We know they are limited, they have to abide by the constitution. Okay, and then of course we see that the next value which comes in, that is republic. The head of the state is an elected person and not a hereditary position. Now see, that is what, there's a very thin line between democratic and republic. Democracy means that the people have got, the citizens of a country have got the right to elect their rulers, and republic is wherein that the elected ruler rules the country or heads the country basically, not a hereditary king or queen or somebody, means one family keeps on ruling, and even that family only will rule, and there will be nobody else, no others will get an opportunity. That is not in the republic. Okay, so as you can see, there's another newspaper image we got, and that is in the Hindustan Times. It says that Dr. Rajendra Prasad has that he is India's first president. Okay, and now next we move on to see that the next word is justice. Okay, the next value you can say, it's not a mere word. Citizens cannot be discriminated on the grounds of caste, religion, and gender. Everybody is equal. The social inequalities have to be reduced. Yes, this is the stigma. This is the problem. Social evil in our country, which has to be wiped off. And government should work for the welfare of all, especially for the disadvantaged groups. Okay. So that is justice. And next on, we move on to liberty. We see liberty. We know, we have done in history again, liberty means freedom. And yes, liberty gives us the preamble says that yes, freedom or liberty is very, very important value. There are no unreasonable restrictions on the citizens in what they think, how they wish to express their thoughts, and the way they wish to follow up the thoughts in action. Yes, until and unless we have to be a law-abiding citizen, but then we have got freedom of speech. There are so many, we know about our fundamental rights. This is a very, very special right which has been given to us by our constitution. Okay, and we need to, respect these rights. Okay, and next comes in equality. All are equal before the law. Nobody is big or small or rich or poor. Everybody is equal before the law. The traditional social inequalities have to be ended. The government should ensure equal opportunity for all. Yes, and as you see, this right to equality before law, that is written in Article 14. Prohibition of discrimination, that comes under Article 15. Equality of opportunity, Article 16. Abolition of untouchability, Article 17. Abolition of titles, Article 18. So this, this proves that, everybody has got equal right, and they are equal before law. Next, we see fraternity, and this is the last, you can say, the word which is enshrined in the preamble. Fraternity means brotherhood. You already know, we have done in the chapter French Revolution. So here, all of us should behave as if we are members of the same family. All the members, all the countrymen, and no one should treat fellow citizen as inferior. And yes, this is, as text of preamble, we can see here, because of the multi-ethnicity, multi-language, multi-culture and tradition which India has. So this is very important. We have to treat each other with respect and self, everybody has got dignity. That is very, very important. Values that inspired and guided the freedom struggle and worked into, nurtured by, it means, the people. If you remember, there were so many, a handful of people. It's just not like that. Maybe they represented us, but it was not a handful. There were 299 members of the Constituent Assembly who actually, worked for us, made our constitution, and to form the foundation of India's democracy. These values are embedded in the preamble of the Indian Constitution. They guide all the articles of the Indian Constitution. So, long live our freedom, long live our Constitution. Thank you so much, students. Thank you so much for being, part of this video, for this journey, and we shall again continue with more about our Constitution in the next class. Thank you so much once again.